Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come. Our very, very, very special guest. The best guest that we've ever had. No shade on any of our previous guests. The Mrs. Butthead. The Mrs. Spice. Theresa, Mama Theresa Tattoo is here tonight.
Should I just leave?
Actually, yeah. Hey, Butthead.
Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What's up, Tony?
I'm doing well.
Are you going to be uncomfortable
No, I'm
this
not
whole
uncomfortable.
episode? You seem like it. You're giving off some...
The things I've seen, brother, you have no idea. It takes a lot to make me uncomfortable.
I've been excited to hear about your story. You
What
had a great
story?
day yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So, well, you didn't want to discuss this last week, but obviously the senseless murder of one Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
My stepdad had not been to church in 9 years because his son committed suicide and he left the faith. And he has been having double vision and like blurred and tunnel vision basically for like a month. And he had all kinds of tests. Nobody knew what was going on with it. All right. He also, because of that, wasn't like cleaning up my mother's house. So when I went to visit them, her house was kind of neglected and there was a lot of flies and just hoarder shit building up everywhere. After Charlie Kirk dies, my stepdad decides to go back to church. He goes back to Lutheran church this last Wednesday, a week ago. Friday, he wakes up. The scales have fallen from his eyes. He can fucking see again.
No way.
And he cleans up the kitchen, so there's not flies there anymore.
That is...
I
Holy
got so
Spirit.
juiced up about that shit, man.
Miracle.
I love my
is.
stepdad so much. He has bipolar disorder, so he's
Okay.
either
And so this is your
manically
mother's
doing great stuff, or he's laying in bed not doing anything.
current husband.
Yes,
Okay. Man.
stepfather.
So, yeah, I guess there is no other explanation for
Well, if
that.
I had a gay dad,
Yeah.
you would have a problem with that, huh?
Yeah, and that leads us into our movie.
True.
I mean, if we're talking about it, let's talk about it. No, that's awesome. What do you think do you think that there's like psychosomatic?
No, I think he was healed by God,
Symptoms.
and that Charlie Kirk had to die for my stepdad to get his sight back.
You think God performs miracles like that?
Yeah, for sure. And I do think that it was also
Look
worth
at
it for
you.
Charlie Kirk to die. So, yeah,
My-
you're a miracle.
Yeah, but my miracle required a lot of work. No, I was healed of nothing.
You didn't do shit.
I've done a lot and continue to do plenty of shit. Well, that's good. That
Pretty
you know,
swag, huh?
Yeah,
And then I started my day. I was going to an appointment to see, I go and meet people who are at risk of homelessness, and I signed them up for this program. I knocked on this lady's door, and it was a duplex, so I didn't know which side was which. And I knock on the right side first, and the woman opens the door and goes, no, don't you knock on this door. Get on out of here.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then I knock on the other door and nobody answers. And after like 30 seconds, she opened the door. She was like, who are you with? And I was like, I'm with my employer.
Yeah.
And she was like, I am so sorry.
Oh, man.
brought
That
me
is
in.
funny, dude.
It cracked me up. And I was nice to her. I was
I
like, I don't
wonder-
like people banging on my door either,
Yeah, and maybe, she's living, unfortunately, in a world where, she has to sort of protect herself with that type of attitude.
Sure.
There's a lot of people trying to get in her door, you know what I'm saying?
I'm lucky she didn't
Without her permission.
pull the scrap out on me,
Yeah,
It's
you
happened to me
could have been
before.
catching hot ones, dude.
Sure. In New Orleans, I would be going and trying to like track down my clients, the juvenile delinquents and such. And I had a gun pulled on me a couple times.
Man.
People just answering the door with it, not like pointing it at you. But
I was buying crack in Asheville, North Carolina one time. I got
sure.
put in my face.
That'll happen, yeah.
For no good reason.
Probably a good reason. What did you do?
I honestly can't remember. I think I was trying to negotiate. Like, I don't have any money, but I still want some drugs, and he wasn't cool with it, so he put a gun in my face, and I left.
I would have come up with a way that we could
Just
make an
trying to
arrangement.
buy crack. What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? Just trying to do me.
This is why we need to
Live your best
nationalize
life.
it.
I never could understand why everyone got so worked up about it, man.
Well, they're trying to make an honest living, and you're out here nickel and diming them.
No, well, I mean, yeah, but the police and all this, just trying,
Sure.
just a squirrel out here trying to get a nut, dude.
Well, if you legalized it and you could buy it like at a drive-through type place, that would make things more simple.
We could get into that conversation.
Government crack.
Yeah. You want to get into that conversation?
No.
I guess there's like Adderall and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not too hard to
I mean,
get that.
the food. Aren't we all addicted to something?
Yeah.
Man, I got to talk about it. Theo Vaughn and
no.
Louis C.K. Theo Vaughn had Louis C.K. on his podcast, and it starts out being hilarious. Louis written a new book called Ingram. It's his first novel, and it sounds incredible, and it's just great. These two like really get along, apparently, and they have very similar sort of humors, and it doesn't seem like it at first. I know that on the surface it wouldn't seem like Theo Vaughn and Louis C.K., but they both have very unique perspectives. But anyway, Louis gets into his 12-step recovery about his sex addiction. And part of his spiritual experience that he explained that I've never heard it. And I've heard this experience iterated in 1,000 different ways and 1,000 beautiful ways. And I've thought of it 1,000 different ways, and I've tried to convey it to other people. And he said that he was writing down his 9th step, basically. He didn't call it that, but it's what it was. It was all the bad things he had done. And he was screaming at himself.
Maybe
like, eight, sorry.
Jesus.
And he, I teach from the heart, sir. Not,
okay.
You know, but anyway.
It's just numbers.
Just numbers. But anyway, so he's writing these things down, and they were so like upsetting to him that he had this like physical reaction where he yelled at the page to stop, like to his past self, like, don't fucking do that. Stop fucking doing that. And he realized that, you know, he couldn't hear him. Like, you know, couldn't hear him. But then he heard like it echo, and he thought of it as that's his future self who didn't do these steps saying the same thing, but he can hear it now. I thought that was some fucking incredible.
Well, you know, my whole thing about sending messages to your past and future self type of thing.
Yeah, I do. So that's, and I tried to share this information with you, and it was met with some skepticism.
I was listening to Brett Dadig, the Standard podcast, of course.
I'm sure.
There's been a lot going on there.
But yeah, I mean, you know, if you're listening to this podcast and you like listening to podcasts, check that one out. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the That's a Fish barcode channel.
Who in this movie do you think is suffering from sex addiction?
Okay, the movie that Mrs. Spice chose is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, starring Tim Curry, a very young and quite attractive Susan Sarandon.
Whew.
Yes.
Smoke
show. What year are we talking about here?
1975, sir.
75, I was going to say 74.
This was her breakout.
Yeah, I can see that. The one we went to...
And it was Tim Curry's film debut. He was in the theatrical production.
That guy's voice is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love his voice so much.
He said he wanted it to sound like the Queen of England.
Yeah. It sort of does.
Yeah, very proper.
So he's obviously suffering from sexual addiction.
I would think so.
Frankfurter?
Yeah.
Dr. Frankfurter?
Maybe Janet might be like a potential. She was getting a taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not a whole ton of character development going on in this movie. This movie doesn't really follow standard storytelling rules. Right?
Speak on that.
It's all over the fucking place. I mean,
Sure.
so the guy that plays Brad,
Yes.
he was at we went and saw it. Where did we see it, Butthead?
Was that a Straz?
No, Strass is in Tampa. This was in the one in St. Pete, McAfee. Oh. We went to McAfee and saw it.
We did.
And that actor showed up. He was there.
Barry Bostwick.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And they do all sorts of fun things. So over the years, over the decades, if you don't know, they do Rocky Horror Picture Show live. People come, they dress as the cast.
The longest running theatrical release in film history.
Oh, nice.
Over 50 years at this point.
And you sing along, you throw stuff. And what they'll do is people will get near the screen with props and they'll cue these things to happen. So what they'll do is like this guy will get on stage with this huge inflatable dick and he'll stick it up right as one of the characters turns his face. You know, he'll like cue it so it looks.
Oh, that's nasty.
Like opens their mouth.
Yeah, or opens their mouth or something. And they'll start ramming it.
Nice.
It's so much fun. It's a very decadent good time. You know,
Seems that way, sure.
following in the spirit of the film.
So I first heard of this
Give in to the pleasures of the flesh.
in Des Moines. There's a place called Billy Joe's Pitcher Show, which was a place where you could go and watch films and you could get a big pitcher of beer.
Ooh.
And they would do a weekly Rocky Horror midnight screening that I've heard was very
Weekly?
rowdy. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There are
Yeah.
people that see this movie every weekend, like church.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's one of the things. It's
Yeah,
part of
it's-
the fan.
Well, people
Culture.
love to sing along.
I do. I like to listen to the soundtrack. We have that record.
I bought you that record for your birthday or Christmas
Something.
or something.
So how many of these?
I think for 9/11.
Sure.
It's funny. That's her birthday. It's 9/11.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, it was. You know, you were like, sure. Rest R.I.P.
I read the other day that My Chemical Romance started because of 9/11.
Yeah, that's what Skylines and Turnstiles
Yeah,
was
that
about.
was interesting. I didn't know that. So
What?
cool.
What does that
mean,
mean?
They wanted to
He was-
inspire another
He was
9/11.
inspired, like he was in New York and
Oh, I have heard that
yeah.
story.
really
Yeah.
late to the party.
I forgot. You know what? I think I heard that story, but it didn't like close the loop. It just said that a young kid was so inspired he started one of this rock and roll groups that turned out to be one of the largest or whatever. But
So was 9/11 worth it so that we could have My Chemical Romance?
it depends on who you ask.
I would say so.
Yeah.
How many lives have they saved?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot. That was the biggest
Reminds
concert
me
I've
of-
ever been to. It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, you saw them recently.
They packed out the Raymond James, bro. It's like 60,000 people in that place.
Big band.
Yeah.
My sister, who's 6 years younger than me, is a big fan.
Yeah, there's like a second gen of fans here. It's
She likes it because of there's like a transcoded stuff in there also apparently.
yeah.
'Cause in the song "Mama," he says, "You should have raised a little girl. I should have been a better son."
I would have been a better girl. I would have been a better
Type
daughter.
shit, yeah.
Type shit.
And then he like wears a cheerleader outfit.
Yeah, that was like a big song that they performed.
Oh,
Like
really?
they didn't had like fire shooting out and everything.
Mama.
Well, but back to the 9/11 question.
Yeah, I kind of changed the subject.
No, I'm just kidding. Back to the 9/11 question, though. It reminds me of the ancient Chinese proverb.
Yeah, you never know it's
Yeah, you never
can't
know.
really tell whether things
It's
are
like
good or
the
bad.
whole like with your stepdad,
Exactly. Charlie Kirk had to die so that my stepdad could see again.
Man, that's a very good instance, though, of a thing that happened that changed a lot of people. And I mean, maybe for the better or maybe for the worse in some instances, but something about, that has held a lot of sway with a lot of people, got a lot of people involved. And
9/11, great drag name also.
oh, Nina?
Nina.
Yeah, or Nina.
Can be pronounced Nina. You spell it Nyna.
I'd like, but
Levin.
yeah, but I would say Nina if I saw that.
Oh, well, you'd be wrong.
Yeah, whatever.
I have a lot of good drag names up my sleeve. Codependent is another one. I think of these.
By a lot of, do you just mean the two?
No, there's another one.
Oh, let's okay.
I can't remember it right now. But fuck off.
I guarantee you will remember before the podcast is
Something
over.
with Anne.
And everyone is on pins and needles until then. Butthead, why did you pick this movie? When we asked you to be on the podcast, when we first started it, and you said no about 40 times, finally you said yes, and you said Rocky Horror Picture Show or
Well, first I said Into the Wild,
Into the Wild, which is a good choice.
and then
Great movie.
I love that movie, yes.
and yeah, I
Love that
I-
book. Did you grow up reading that book? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could see your dad being like a Into the Wild guy.
Yeah. He,
Oh, Gary's
he
sleeping
doesn't like
at
the
the house right
ending,
now.
though. He doesn't like sad endings.
It is a sad one.
But no, I almost picked that one, but then I picked this one. I don't know why. Maybe just the time of the year.
Yeah, you are getting
And-
excited. We're planning on going to see it.
Yeah.
Double date.
You seem more excited when I mentioned that one too.
I just
So
thought
I was
that, well,
swayed.
Rocky Horror Picture Show for me was always like a cute thing about you, that you loved it. And, you know, I would have never gone to it. And I went to it and I fucking enjoyed
had
it.
fun, yeah.
And now it's like a part of my personality too, that I'm like, kind of like, the
Yeah,
whole
I'm gonna dress him
thing.
up.
So
Yeah.
Do his makeup, everything.
who's he gonna be?
Frankenfurter.
You're gonna wear the fishnets.
Well, I would,
gonna
yes.
put
I
on
would
the dress.
absolutely
I guess
do that.
if
But I
you're
think I need to be in
feeling-
some better shape though.
If you're feeling
Oh.
like
Gotta be skinny.
self-conscious, you could just wear like the lab coat.
Sure.
But I still have to do your
Oh.
makeup.
I love when people, the first time I
With
ever saw
heels,
this,
though.
first time I ever saw this was in like,
Mandatory.
you know, 2009 or 8, whatever it was, Halloween that year, everybody was the fucking Joker. Everybody was Heath Ledger's Joker. But one guy was the Joker dressed as the nurse from that scene.
Oh,
And I was like, that's fucking genius. And so every time I've seen that, and when we went to Rocky, somebody was Magenta from outer space.
yeah,
And
they-
it was
that
like,
was-
ah,
they
that's cool. I
won
like when they
the
do that.
contest, I think, the costume contest, which I guess is one reason that I picked it is because I don't know, I like dressing up. I always, like when I was little, I always dressed up, and it's just fun to see all their costumes, and I like the music, and
I think it's
the
fun.
whole
I love
thing.
how it feels like they made the movie in one day. Feels like they did a lot of prep, but they shot that bitch in 3 days maybe.
Well, a lot of the cast had already done it on, you know, theatrically.
Okay,
Over
yeah.
and over.
It just felt like that.
I feel like they probably had fun doing it.
Yeah, feels like they have fun. Tim Curry's incredible. To me, I think he's got so
Yes.
much confidence and like stage presence. I love how he sings and dances.
Shot from 21 October to 19 December 1974. So about 2 months. That's still a really short shoot.
That is,
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon got pneumonia during it.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably from being just in a bra for most of the time.
and
Maybe.
wet for like
wet.
the first part. In the rain.
Oh yeah, they walk in the rain.
And
Thought it was
people
pretty
apparently
funny.
yell out stuff at the screen also. There's like rehearsed things where apparently, like when
Yeah.
she puts the newspaper over her head, you go buy an umbrella, you cheap bitch.
Yeah. Oh God, there is.
Yeah, there's
not very
like a
nice.
whole.
You're gonna laugh your balls off when you come with us. It's,
Okay.
People it gets very R-rated.
I'll take any excuse to dress up. That was a huge part of my life in New Orleans, and I don't get to do it anymore. And I love to wear women's clothes. Not
So I was
always,
wondering. I was so excited. I was telling her this. I was like, I know about your history with dressing up, and that
You've seen some of my fits.
I've seen them, yeah, and I just know your personality, about how you like to do the live music, and how you have a sort of theatrical character about you. So I was wondering on your take on the film. It lives in its own little category, right? It's
Sure.
not, you're not going to put this up against There Will Be Blood or something like that. But they're not the same. They're almost not even the same art form.
Here's what I'll say. While I enjoyed it, I sense that the experience of watching it with a bunch of other people and having that like shared reference point is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because just watching it at home on my laptop, I struggled to find what would make it so enduring.
I wondered about that. Also,
it
the
is
laptop thing.
different, yeah, to watch it like live.
We're going to have to get you a viewing room or something, because all of the movies you have to watch on your laptop. And
Well, one of the guys at the house is watching the entirety of the series Grimm, which is where like the one of the brothers Grimm is like an eternal
Yeah.
demon hunter. So he's got the
TV.
screen monopolized. It's one of the stupidest fucking shows I've ever seen.
and he's a
He's a cop too. So every episode is like him and his cool black partner are like, I think this one might be a mermaid or some shit like that.
so.
It's every episode. It's a different mythical
Wait,
monster.
this is a
It's a TV series.
no. The guy watching it,
Yeah.
he's a tenant. What do you call him?
A friend.
Yeah.
I don't know. Resident.
Yeah. And you don't get to trump this. You don't get to say.
I don't want to.
Pal.
I don't want to have him see me watching this gay shit.
That's true.
I'm just playing about that.
Dude, when I was running the halfway, the series of the Dragon Show, what's it called?
Game of Thrones
was coming to an end.
Yeah.
And we were gonna go. We actually were going to California together, and serendipitously, our friends that I was visiting from childhood were throwing a finale party.
Yeah.
But I got caught up on that show, the last like 2 seasons or something, on my phone in my little manager's room.
I can't do that.
Yeah, it's not the way to do it.
I just can't sit down and watch a bunch of shit anymore. I need to be doing something. Taking notes on it helps because I feel like I'm being productive. But
I would get up an hour early in the morning and watch like 45 minutes of it straight, just in bed before I did anything else. Like I go to the bathroom, get back.
That
in
would
bed
ruin my day.
I know. I could not watch TV in the morning. I can't even like watch TV during the day.
No.
Only at nighttime.
She really can't. She won't get in
it makes
bed
me
or
upset
during the day. Even if it's rainy outside, and it makes me upset too, but I do it anyway.
Well, you have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Am
I great at waking up from naps? Yep.
During a dark period for me in middle school, I would come home from school, watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer for about 6 hours. Then I would go to bed at 9 p.m. and wake up at 4 a.m. and do all my homework. What? Because I liked being in the house when no one else was there or no one else was awake.
I guess I used to stay up in the middle of the night a lot.
All I thought about was Buffy all day. I watched the whole series back to back 3 times on DVD from the library.
I've done that with a few seasons, with a few shows. I watched The Wire in this house back to back in like fucking 4 days once.
We know. You love The Wire.
I do. We're going to see Turnstile.
Yeah.
Theresa and I.
That'd be fun.
And I'm debating about wearing my Wire Rest in Peace Wallace t-shirt.
I don't think anyone will care.
I think if you get on stage and the band sees it, they might.
You think they would be offended?
I don't know. What do you think?
Why would they be offended?
No, I think they'll be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think they'd like
They're going to stop playing and they're going to be like, dude, do you actually want to play the drums? You're fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they have like a
You're gonna be like a Make-A-Wish
Wire
kid.
reference in their songs.
They do sample The Wire. That's why we went over this, actually. If you listen to the podcast, you would know this. A couple weeks ago, I said the reason we were going to Turnstile, or the reason we watched The Wire, was because we were listening to Turnstile's new record, and I heard that sample, and I was like, we should watch that, and we finally did. It's been incredible.
Tremendous program, yeah.
I need a paper towel.
It's okay.
Use your shirt.
I'm good, man. There's a
paper
roll of
towels?
paper towels right there.
Do you want me to grab them?
That would be awesome if you grabbed one. Where is snack of all trades when you need them? Burping in the background. Thank you, my love.
Burping in the background.
All right, so do we want to do the movie or?
This morning,
No, let's talk about.
I was gonna say, this morning Mason went under the dining room table and peed, just like pup. But it reminded me because I was like,
Feral child.
with the paper towels.
Well, yeah, and before that, she took our 5-year-old into the bedroom to get dressed, and the 2-year-olds went into their bedroom and emptied all of their dressers.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny to think about one of them having an idea and the other one being like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do that.
They do, yeah.
I think so. And then they do things like they'll be in the bathtub together, and one of them will be like manning the shower control, and the other one will be like grabbing the water, and like they're working as a team to fuck shit
That's
up.
so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just having a bro for your entire life, like from birth, is really cool.
And they like kind of hate each other, but at the same time really like are homies.
That's the deepest love that you can have, probably.
Yeah. Well, our one son, Bodie's kind of a fucking dickhead, so.
Why?
He's just, bro, I don't think I think he understands the entirety of the English language as well as you and I do, but will only convey the word no for funsies. He just thinks it's funny to say no to you and then just do whatever.
I always say he has like very cat-like energy.
Yeah.
And like Mason's very like dog-like.
I could see that.
And
Yeah.
But
dude.
yeah, Bodie, like if he just is like sneaky, like
This motherfucker, bro. We're at dinner, and we had a fire dinner tonight, and you know, mac and cheese, a little bit of pork, a little bit of yellow bean salad, which was fucking incredible. And Bodie's just like, no, fuck off, whatever. He keeps trying to grab it and throw it, you know?
Yeah.
So I take it from him. So I'm like having a conversation or whatever, and I look over and he's ripped his napkin up into chunks, and he's forking them, dude, and getting them, and he's eating. He's got laid out in front of him 5 or 6 chunks of balled up paper towel.
Yeah.
He has a rebellious spirit.
And he's
sick.
stabbing it with
He
a fork
does.
and eating it. Yeah, he's like, I'll eat.
makes me nervous because like my mom said like that I was kind of like more chill when I was younger, and like my like brother was really hard, and so like I feel like Mason's gonna be like grow up to be like more like chill as a teenager, and then Bodie's gonna be like the opposite, like the wild one.
And then we go to their school yesterday, and they're doing this crazy shit. They're like grabbing these toys off of this shelf, playing with it, putting it back together, and putting it back on the fucking shelf, dude.
Yeah, like different kids.
Yeah, they were not even the same human beings. You know?
Don't even get started by Riley.
Yeah, and then somebody's like, the granny tonight's like, well, yeah, it's just about the expectations.
I know,
you
she kept saying this.
You gotta,
Okay,
and I'm like,
okay.
what are you? What is going? What do you mean? Do you think we just allow it at the house?
Seems like maybe you do.
No, I mean, it's people have a tendency to be helpful by giving advice.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think
To
they're
try to be helpful.
Yeah, I don't think their intentions are to be like calling you out on your parenting, but it's just like, you know, when you're getting your fucking head kicked in by 2-year-olds on a regular basis and then like emotionally assaulted by a 5-year-old every other second, advice just isn't what you want. Like it's not registering. Help would be good.
I love to give advice to my friends
I know.
with kids, dude, and I don't even have children.
It always comes from a good place. Well, not always, but most of the time, most of the people in our lives anyway, it's coming from a good place. And it comes from people that help too. It's just like, I don't know, man. There's some concern that you're doing it wrong, even though you know you're doing it right, or you know you're doing your best. You always feel like maybe you just did something that you scarred your child for life by, I don't know, screaming at the TV the wrong way or something. I don't know.
You ever hear the poem, They Fuck You Up, Your Mom and Dad?
I think I have, but please go on.
I'm trying to remember who wrote it. I'm looking it up right now. By Philip Larkin. They fuck you up, your mom and dad. They may not mean to, but they do. They fill you with the faults they had and add some extra just for you. But they were fucked up in their turn by fools in old-style hats and coats, who half the time were soppy stern and half at one another's throats. Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out as early as you can and don't have any kids yourself.
Oh, fucking strike
This be the
that
verse
from
by
the
Philip
record,
Larkin.
dude. No, that's stupid.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just an enduring poem.
Well, no, it's not.
Lived through that history.
Well, what's funny is that we also, you know, man also hands down tradition and love and
For sure.
gratitude. We've been teaching our daughter about gratitude lately, and she's been actually like absorbing it and understanding that gratitude isn't something you say; it's something that you do.
Yeah.
You know, so that's another thing that we pass down from each other.
The purpose of life is to create more life, you know?
I mean, cellularly, yes, I believe.
Yeah.
At
And
our core.
I think on a spiritual level.
On a spiritual
We
level.
can't give up on our beautiful planet Earth. It's so cool here, man.
Yeah.
What if we were on one of the moons of Jupiter? We'd all die in seconds.
Unless we learned how to breathe ammonia. Then we'd be
Yeah.
fine.
I'm not trying to do all that.
No. Well,
I like it
A lot
here.
of work.
yeah. Sounds like some machine would be needed.
Earth
Wow.
is the best, dude. All
Earth
my
is
shit's
pretty-
here. They don't have movies on
All my fucking
IO.
records are on Earth, dude.
for sure.
Yeah. This is where they keep all the cheeseburgers too. You know, they probably don't have cheeseburgers on Jupiter. You think?
The biggest twist in this movie is that Transylvania is another planet.
Yes. In the
transsexual
galaxy of transsexual. Yeah, the whole time we thought it was just another country.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Just a city and a country.
Well, there was hints throughout.
Well, the fact that Dr. Everett Scott is investigating aliens, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And Riff Raff would like say things sometimes and then like correct himself, like call them like Earthlings.
Hello.
That was good. They all speak, particularly Tim Curry speaks in this.
I love the high five,
word.
the Magenta and Riff Raff little like high five that they do.
I was disturbed to find out that they were siblings.
Yeah. I know. I feel like that's like alien sex or something. It's like, it feels sexual.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone in the movie is
Odd.
getting it on, has gotten it on, about to get it on, and they're all related, and they're all just, you know.
I will say I was not on board with the film until Dr. Frankfurter seduced both Brad and Janet.
That was good.
Yeah.
I'm in with the film when we meet Frankfurter.
Yeah.
That introduction is one of my favorite, like, musical numbers.
Sweet transvestite.
Yeah, I just love the way that he owns it. I think it's great. I think it's like, I don't know, something I like. I love a good, like, you know, like, well, there's this thing called, there was this place in Savannah called Club One. The language has gotten a little bit captured and trans keeps coming to mind, but trans wasn't the word that I was looking for. It was more like drag, yeah, like a drag show.
I'm not even sure what words like to use anymore.
Yeah,
Transsexual is, you're not supposed to say that.
Right.
Transgender is the correct one.
Unless you're referring to the galaxy.
Yeah, unless you're talking about the transsexual galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, can we fucking use that from now on? They said that Tampa Pride got canceled this year. But what I read was that it was a financial thing.
Okay.
And to be honest, you know, St. Pete Pride is always huge. St. Pete Pride
I've
is
seen
a
that.
big fucking deal.
There's a hotel you can go to there where it's just for gay sex.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. It's
Like the wall says like let's fuck in huge letters, and there's just like paintings, like instead of this thing of Stanley Kubrick, it would just be like a close up of a guy's ass in a jockstrap.
Oh my God.
It's cool. Me and Peter have talked about planning a boys trip to go stay at this place.
That's maybe some unpacking to do there. But on the other side of that coin, Tampa Pride is historically is like meh.
Of course.
And so
You got another one right there.
I had heard that Tampa Pride was canceled in the sort of context of the political, you know, whatever the fuck. And then I read into it. It was actually a financial decision. They just they weren't pulling in the dough coins, you know.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, St. Pete's a much more sort of, you know, liberal town than Tampa is. Tampa, you know, has a liberal section, and we live in it. And but I would venture to say the majority of the population in Tampa is right-wing conservative.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's also like a very, you know, gym bro town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that overlaps with gayness a lot.
Yeah, but isn't that like the secret gayness? Like
No.
the Rock Hudson?
No.
Type gayness?
Gay guys are in incredible shape. Like out of the closet, gay guys are often shredded, beautiful.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about like gym bros, like trend guys, you know, that like big muscles and really love doing gay things, but don't like tell people that they love doing gay things.
Sure. Rocky in this film is a great example of like a gay muscle daddy.
Yeah, he is.
Should we start kind of going through it from the top?
So,
Would you like to?
Sure. We're only 45 minutes in.
Begins close up of a very red mouth, which is the mouth of the character Magenta, but the person singing is the character Riff Raff, or rather the actor who plays him, who also wrote the movie and the musical. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
His name is Jim O'Brien, I want to say. Hold on a second. No, it's Richard O'Brien.
Richard O'Brien singing Magenta's Mouth. Richard O'Brien wrote the movie. Did you know any of that? I did not know any of that.
Kind of sets the gender bending up with this woman's mouth lip syncing and a guy's voice kind of singing in falsetto.
I did notice that the voice wasn't. Something isn't tracking that.
Doesn't sound like a lady voice, no.
Yeah.
And when I saw Meatloaf's name in the cast, I gasped. I'm like this. Oh,
He's in it for a whole 90 seconds.
Yeah, he's in there for a minute. He has a whole song. Meatloaf is one of my favorite musicians of all time.
Really?
In my Subaru Legacy, which was the first car that I had 3 tapes. I had Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, Prince, Purple Rain, Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell, and I wore those tapes out.
And I would do anything for love.
Not on that album.
No?
No.
What? Fuck off.
That's on Bad Out of Hell, too. It is.
Fuck off.
But Paradise by the Dashboard Light, the title track.
Fight Club
2 out of 3
is
ain't
the best
bad.
thing he ever did.
Heaven Can Wait.
Are you really that big of a Meatloaf fan?
I'm a huge Meatloaf fan. It's
Holy
it's actually kind of similar to Bruce Springsteen in a lot of ways. It's these very like operatic rock and roll songs that have multiple parts to them and like are very
Gay?
intensely orchestrated. No, they're not gay.
Sounds gay to me.
Just because Bruce has a picture of his butt on the cover of the album doesn't mean it's gay.
Sounds gay to me.
And they turn him into Meatloaf.
Gay in the best way.
Yeah, it's true.
They do. They turn Meatloaf into Meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
I was so shocked
Were you upset?
at that scene.
Columbia was.
I find cannibalism distasteful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. Would you?
Yeah.
How long plane crashes? How long until you're eating?
What? You know,
The-
the 3 days probably.
3 days?
Well, that's how long 3 weeks is how long you have for food. So yeah, 3 weeks. But blood, so if I had no water, there's water in blood.
A lot of water.
Yeah.
If
So
I was
that's
with
3
my
days.
children, I would probably do it in less.
You'd eat them.
No, I would
Feed them.
I would be more likely to
Cut off.
engage in cannibalism.
Yeah.
Sure.
To stay alive, yeah. Yeah, well, I've always understood the rule of threes. They're, give or take your body mass, a lot of different things, variables, but you can do 3 weeks without food, days without water, and minutes without air.
Human meat is very tough also, so you might have to chew up the meat and then baby bird it
I
to
have
your
a
child,
feeling
like
that
regurgitate it.
The modern American body isn't that chewy. I bet you if you went to the Walmart on Hillsborough and 15th, you'd find some pretty
That
delicious.
is pretty chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
you
like
don't
the
think there's
chewiest
some
part.
tender stuff under them?
No, it's
Bat-
adipose tissue is very chewy.
You know those bat wings that people have on their backs? You
yeah.
know? Those are probably delicious.
You can snip that off, fry it up like pork belly. I haven't thought about this much, but yeah.
That's all I think about when I go to that Walmart. So I wish I could fucking eat you people.
Wow.
Just aggravating oversized people is all I'm saying.
Okay. We've talked about that Walmart before, yeah.
The Walmart on Hillsborough and 15th, I can't do it anymore. I've
I don't mind.
sworn it off.
Those are my people.
Look, man, I like to think of myself as, generally pretty accepting and I enjoy people too. I enjoy like hood shit and I love.
And yet you don't like that. You're like, oh, that's too much of a person. They're too big. It's just more to love.
And when I'm trying to like accomplish tasks,
They're getting in your way.
and
They're saying, would you pass me those pork rinds?
well, they're just like
reach out of my scooter.
I don't know. There's an attitude that comes with it.
They're
today.
beeping at you with their
There's
scooter.
an attitude that comes with it today.
With being large,
Yeah, and our general, like,
they want to be in charge.
I think you know what I mean, dude.
Sure, maybe.
Maybe.
I have sympathy for them the same way that I do for drug addicts, though, because I think food is very addictive, as we talked about last week. But,
Definitely.
it
Yeah.
overwhelms your brain. Everyone in this movie, very thin. I'll say that. Except Meatloaf.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Being a drug addict is so much cooler, though, man. You get to like.
That's why it's like
live on the street and do all these cool things. They don't make like rock and roll songs about fucking churros, man. You know, but they make them
that's
about
why
cocaine.
It sucks even more.
Yeah,
Like,
it's less glamorous.
It's like the whole thing about, I don't know, just it not being cool and all that. I feel like we were talking about like the other day.
Yeah, no, I've heard that before, and I should probably be better. And I think at my core, I am. But it's, you know, when I'm just commentating, talking shiznit, it's fun. Fat people are fun to make fun of.
Do you ever see the video of the lady that they're trying to bust her for walking out without paying for stuff, and she starts laying on the ground and knocking everything over and going, "Walmart is racist." I think about that every time I go to Walmart.
Buddy, I actually won't go to Walmart at all, period, anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not doing Walmart. I'm about to be done with fucking Target too, to be honest with you.
RJ?
For a whole different slew of reasons. And the thing is I use Amazon when I have to. Like the fridge door shelf thing broke today. I got to find one of those.
I should do that.
I'm not hunting down appliances. I'm going on Amazon for that. But I do like taking my children and my wife and going to shop.
You ever go to IKEA?
We have been to IKEA.
Kids love IKEA, and it's
have we
like
been
built
there
for
with
them.
The boys? I don't know if we've been there with the boys.
So.
We went there when we bought the house looking
think
for
we've
furniture, and I think we almost got in a fucking knockdown, drag out fight that day. That was a stressful one.
That's not how you're supposed to. That place has Swedish vibes. Everything's supposed to be
I
very
know, but buying a house can be a lot. Achieving one of your life goals.
Where did we go the other day? I feel like that we were about to fight. Oh, to Target.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you don't like Target.
Well, Target's just, I don't know. I feel when I'm in there that I'm being taken advantage of.
Price wise?
No. Yes, maybe, but more just like I can sense that I'm being directed down different aisles with subliminal messages that are stronger than my brain can handle.
Damn.
As you are.
Yeah, those things are designed by the smartest minds. Build and architect the layout, the floor plan.
But now you know it, so
Targets.
it's like...
Yeah. But you know it, but you still can't do shit about it, and you still end up putting twice as much in the cart as you want to.
Yeah.
Just like you're at war every time you go shopping.
Like relapsing once you've been in recovery. Sucks.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nothing worse than a head full of recovery and a body full of dope.
Head full of anti-capitalist propaganda and a belly full of Target.
Also,
I like Publix. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure, is one of my favorite places.
it's a little pricey. It's a little unnecessarily
I don't
pricey,
care.
but we live across the street from one, and you can't
quality,
be
man.
having like a neighborhood market like that, bro.
Yeah.
I went there earlier today.
But why do we
Believe it or
think
not.
that all of the uniform shorts for for size 6 toddler and all the way down to like 3T, however young, for school to come back, all the shorts, the inside waistband is bright pink. Okay?
To turn the kids gay. To make your children
Obviously.
homosexual.
Well, of all the colors to pick, okay?
It's a good color.
But the pants are all either khaki or navy blue, okay? And the inside waistband, they're all pink. All genders, all pink. Why choose that color?
Pink was once considered a masculine color, while blue was seen as feminine, with the current association only becoming
ChatGPT
established
giving you
around the 1940s. No, I
feel
Googled
like
it.
fancy, like when you see guys like fancy pants, there's like the pink like satin inside of them, and like
Or lime green. Sometimes you see like or like a teal, and then they have the same teal inside the lapel of the jacket, and so it matches those things.
What makes pink a girl color?
Social conditioning, I guess. I don't know, but there's no denying that it is a girl color.
Cameron wears pink.
Okay.
He looks great.
I wear pink. I'm not against pink, but we cannot
see your
sit
waistband
here
right now.
and pretend that it's not an feminine color. Whatever has
Maybe you're
constructed
accidentally
that.
buying girl pants. Have you made sure that you're not
Yes,
just buying the
I've made
girl
sure
pants?
that they are in the quote unquote boys section. And no, it's not a boys section. It is a boys and it's a unisex. Why not teal or green or yellow?
You should go in there with a gun.
Oh.
Say, why is all this stuff big?
And I honestly, if this was happening in Walmart, I wouldn't think of it. If it was a
Walmart's
Ross
probably
thing,
blue.
it's probably red, white, and blue at Walmart.
Yeah.
But the fact that Target sort of has, it's the history that it has, you know, with its political stances and its, you know, take on things is just like, it makes you wonder a little bit. Now, at no point did I say that I not purchase them, and no point did I say that I do not give them to my boys to wear and let my boys wear them. I'm not, you know, I'm just.
You're girls. They're girls now. Just get used to it. There's probably hormones in the waistband just leaching into their skin.
Just speculating. It seems like an odd choice. It seems like a very.
You know why it's called Target?
What?
Because you're the target and your children are the target. They're going to turn them to girls. You know, wish you shopped at fucking Walmart, buddy. For men. Your paranoia over this is really funny to me.
It's not paranoia. It
Why do you think they're pink?
I've heard this conversation so many times.
I could tell when it started, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
It seems like an interesting choice, though. Does it not seem interesting?
The waistband in Walmart's shorts have calories.
It's made out of bacon.
Yeah.
I should have figured that today was going to end up in me being made fun of by everybody.
Well, he says some silly things.
Well, I'm just saying what's in my heart, man. You know, and I'm not going to not say stuff because it may or may not be politically whatever the fuck.
You're right. We're trying to silence you for telling the truth.
I don't feel any, you know, malice about it, but I'm just interested. It seems like an interesting choice to me.
Sure.
Okay, buy a pink fucking car, bro.
I would.
Yeah, okay.
If it were cheap.
Yeah.
I'd buy a Barbie
I'm
Jeep.
just saying. It's just people that pretend that it's not a thing. It's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing. It's a construct. It shouldn't be a thing, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Are we going to just buy them all pink clothes, pink shoes? Let's buy them some pink shoes.
Mason would love that.
He would.
Yeah.
Dude, I will say the shoes they make for little boys are so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That always amuses me when you
so
see
much
just like dripped out little kid.
Dude, our kids are so dripped, dude. And the grandma showed up today and threw a bunch more down. Like, we have to go through and, because we're doing the Sally tomorrow night. You should come to that.
Maybe.
So I'm going to every time I come
I'm down.
a donation box.
Have to do anything.
7. All right. So the movie begins. The voice.
We fade from the mouth to across. It's a wedding for this couple, and this other couple is there. It's Susan Sarandon, and she plays Janet, and then Brad, played by Barry Bostwick. And you can tell that Susan Sarandon has got wedding fever, and she wants to get married, and she's kind of giving Brad these insistent glances. And I liked that Brad just starts wandering off from her, and she kind of chases him down. Also, the car that the couple is pulling off in says, she got hers, now he'll get his.
Wait for tonight.
I don't like when they talk about the couple fucking at the wedding.
No,
it's weird to me. It's like when I don't know why it reminds me of this, but my parents used to, like, my dad, my stepmom, we'd be eating chili, for example, and they'd be like, I'm going to need to take some Beano later. This is going to be, oh my gosh, I'm going to have gas. I'm like, I don't want to think about you farting and shitting while I'm eating.
Yeah.
I'm here to celebrate your love. I don't want to think about you humping.
Teresa's dad would probably just let him ride.
What do you mean?
Just during.
You didn't have to think about it. Gary just farts. He's there.
Oh, that's great. That's fine.
That is a little bit
It's the
funnier,
talking
right?
about it that annoys me.
Isn't that? Yeah.
Especially in like yoga classes.
So did you notice, I'm sure you picked up on this, there's some interesting characters at the wedding.
Sure, they got the American Gothic couple.
Yeah, and do you see who the actors are?
No.
It's Riff Raff and Magenta.
No, I didn't pick up on that. That's very cool.
And Tim Curry who is he?
Like the officiant or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so the whole cast.
And then I think Columbia is like one of the guests.
Yeah.
Like she's dressed up like.
Yeah, we
Tell
put
by
Wizard
her
of Oz type deal.
eyebrows.
Yeah, so I've seen Tim Curry a million times. I knew that he was there, and Riff Raff was the, farmer, the couple. But
Janet.
we put together last night that Magenta was the wife.
Yeah, I mean, it's harder to place her because her costume is pretty.
Yeah, the white face, the white makeup.
The big
All right,
hair.
so
It's a British movie, and so I do think it's interesting that they're like, America. What's America? American Gothic. You have like this couple with the pitchfork and shit.
yeah,
And the costume designer had never been to America or seen a sci-fi film. I thought that was an interesting fact that she was just fucking freestyling this.
Oh wow.
was this all the Wikipedia?
It's me doing research. I go on IMDb as well.
Okay.
But they start singing. Our first song is "Damn It, Janet." She leans in for a kiss, and he kind of ducks it, already hinting that maybe he's not much of a lover of women, perhaps. But
Oh yeah,
she's very excited that the ring is
maybe
nicer
he's
than
got
Betty's
some pink inseam.
in his waistband. Sure, yeah. And then we see this criminologist played by Charles Gray who starts to tell us this story, this hint that something is going to go wrong. And Janet and Brad are going to see Dr. Everett Scott, whose class they met at, and they blow a tire on this rainy, dark road. All these motorcyclists are screaming past them.
Bro, how fucking freaked out would you be? He says the tire pops and he goes, wasn't there a castle a few miles
Yeah.
back?
That
And
was
they're
a
like,
very
let's
funny line of dialogue.
Let's walk. Well, in the 70s, not so much.
You think there were just castles littered throughout America?
That to walk some miles.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the
what
castle, though.
The castle's pretty funny part, but the part that's like, wasn't there a building that's 2 or 3 miles down the road? Let's just walk in the rain. Like, I don't know. No phone.
Yeah.
All right. Just saying.
These days.
Sometimes you got to do that. But they make it to the castle. These motorcyclists roar past them. And then we have another song, which is the Frankenstein Place. We see Riff Raff for the first time singing from this window. I like that these aren't like Broadway voices. These aren't people that have like a...
Yeah.
It's more of like a rock and roll. It's very glam rock type of sound to everything. Janet wants to go back. The door is answered by Riff Raff, who I noticed, despite having a tonsure haircut, big bald spot in the front, attractive guy.
That's what I've. Yeah,
He's got some
I've noticed
cheekbones
that.
on
He's
him.
got some cheekbones. Yeah, he's very.
And he goes,
big eyes.
"You're wet," and she goes, "It's raining."
Yeah.
And they get inside. Brad says it looks like a hunting lodge for rich weirdos. And then there's a jump scare as Magenta kind of comes out of the background, and she's in this
She
maid
does,
costume.
yeah,
she's hot too, hot redhead,
Yeah. Her
banging
outfit.
70s cuties. What the hell?
I farted.
In the middle of a sentence?
No, you were
no,
singing.
no decorum.
I have that effect on him.
Butthead brings it out of me, dude. What can I say?
Every night.
Maybe it's all those beans. I'm gonna need some Pinot tonight.
Yellow bean salad.
I'm displeased.
Well, usually the first one doesn't stink. Let's get this, let's keep this train
Why do you think
moving.
that is?
I don't know.
Like when yesterday,
Like when you load a
asked
blank
me-
first? It's a warning shot.
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
I was like, do you like me anymore? And then I farted, but the two weren't related.
The window is locked.
Gas chamber.
Yeah, well, the windows have to be locked
felt
because
like
the boys
you
can
were
roll the
setting
windows
me
down
up.
with their toes. The way they sit.
Did you make eye contact? You just said, "Do you like me anymore?" and then fart while staring her in the eyes.
And I
Fucked
was like,
up is I was trying to have an
Trying-
actual conversation, but my wires crossed and didn't realize that I had farted. So I was like, at first confused why that wasn't getting a
Are
response.
you just out of control of your own body?
About 6 p.m., 6 or 7
They
p.m.
start to shut down.
I run out of steam and I start twitching a little bit.
This is like when they wouldn't let Joe Biden make any speeches in the evening because he was sundowning. They knew he would get on stage and he would just audibly fart while he was trying to give a speech.
Yeah, I think I've been told that I look younger than I am, but I definitely am, experiencing the effects of my age. But
maybe you can time warp back.
And so you said you had never heard this song.
I don't think so, no.
Now, to the 12 people listening, you don't know about Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you think you don't, you probably have heard this song. I'm surprised Tony hasn't, but
I have a pretty good memory for tunes also. It's
Yeah,
catchy.
Great song.
Like a lot of the songs in the movie, it doesn't relate in a sensical way to the plot very much,
Sort of. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Yeah, that one. There's some of the songs are about, exactly what's happening.
But there's no time travel happens in the movie.
I always wondered if Magenta, I didn't always wonder. I thought for the longest time that Magenta in the end and Riff Raff were time traveling. To begin
I think they're going back to planet Transylvania.
Yeah, they're interplanetary travel, I guess. They're interstellar
even
traveling.
Like
they're
science
not.
fiction says things that don't really happen in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just kind of
Yeah.
random parts.
Well, so
That song is very catchy, the opening song.
Brad
and Janet.
yes.
I always think of Lou Reed, Take a Walk on the Wild Side or whatever that song. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It always reminds me of that.
Well, that's about trans ladies.
Maybe
and
that's
it's
why.
got that whole sort of. I mean, I can see Lou Reed being an influence on. You ever seen the
Definitely,
movie
he was an
Transformer?
early goth.
You ever seen the movie or the record? We have the record Transformer with Perfect Day. It's one of my favorite fucking songs of all time.
About doing heroin.
Yep, it's a really really good song too. That bridge, the piano, that in the third chorus.
They emerge into this ballroom, and it's the Transylvanian Convention, annual Transylvanian Convention, apparently.
Yes.
I like that they explain how to do the dance. I like songs that tell me how to do the dance.
Like the Macarena?
Bend over to the front, touch your toes, bounce that ass
Take
to
a
the
step
ground
to
and
the-
get low.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Stop.
do.
Now wiggle with it. Yeah. That's good.
soul-
It's the pelvic thrust that really drives you insane, I'll say. And Janet faints twice, which is hilarious.
Yes.
Ladies should bring that back, I think.
Fainting?
When a guy says something rude to you, instead of being like, oh my God, and posting about it on the internet, you should just go, ah, and pass out and then sue him.
For assault, verbal assault.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what happens?
And okay, so now we meet Frankenfurter.
Frankenfurter comes down.
We learn that he is a sexy transsexual from Transylvania.
He's a transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Yes.
He's not a transsexual.
He is a transvestite from transsexual
I
Transylvania.
remember the first time I saw that scene.
Yeah, what you think is he's calling Transylvania a transsexual place.
Sure, yeah.
Sort of, but we learn later. Theresa was getting tattooed and telling this person that she was going to see or watch this movie last night. And the girl was like, yeah, that's controversial because of the trans thing. Is that a thing that you're aware of now? Is it just because it was that
I could absolutely see that, yeah.
it's just like a vague-ish statement about, dude, you got to see the tattoo that she got. Did you see the lammy? Look how real it looks.
It's Riley's stuffed animal. It's upside down, but
Aw.
Doesn't that look real?
You're going to get it turned over right side up?
I don't know.
Look how realistic it is.
stand up.
No. Dude, how realistic that looks.
Yeah, that's fire.
There's no line.
It looks like a picture.
Yeah, no, I sent her a picture and then she did that. And then today I tattooed her.
Yeah, she did a really cool one too. Same idea, no line work. It makes things look very realistic.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I could see this being controversial just because it portrays transvestitism, which is now, not seen as a mental disorder anymore, and isn't in the DSM anymore. I don't think.
There's a thing about drag,
Drag is controversial too.
Drag's so much fun though.
Drag is fun, I would say. I think everybody should be able to dress in whatever fashion they want.
We should. We should all wear pink.
I don't know. I'd have to. I wonder if my sister has an opinion on this. My trans sister.
So, and then we meet. So, yeah, we met Frankenfurter, and he comes down to show you.
He has this. He talks like the Queen of England. He's just a little brought down.
Yeah.
And prior to him appearing, I want to say,
hello.
Janet's like, it seems so unhealthy here. And Brad's like, it's just a party. And Brad says that these people are just foreigners with different customs from their own. So he has this kind of like anthropological take on it. He's like, this is just, they're just vibing. It reminds me of in Midsommar where she's like, we have to leave. Their heads are exploding. And her boyfriend's like, it's just a different culture. Like, we have to just give it a chance. But Dr. Furter says, I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. And he says they could watch a Steve Reeves movie. I looked this up, and this is a guy from like B movies back in the day who was a bodybuilder who looked like Hercules, who looks kind of like the eventual Rocky. But
yeah, he
even mentions, I've been making a man with blonde hair and a tan who's good for relieving my tension. And then the ghouls start undressing Brad and Janet.
Yes.
Fully yank their clothes off.
Yeah, and Brad is left in just underwear.
Skivvies, yeah.
And Janet is left in a little bra and some skivvies.
Garter belt type of thing,
a
yeah.
Slip.
A slip. First, it's the slip, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like pretty naked for or whatever for most of the movie. Her boobs, I think, are a character.
Certainly.
I think you could say that safely.
Well, they're two characters.
Yeah.
Please.
Show some respect.
And, so he's basically Frankensteined this big, beautiful beach boy.
Yeah, they go up to his lab.
Tons of muscles on him.
Well, hold up. Brad loses his shit. He's like, let me use the phone. And the doctor is so unfazed by this and goes like, you're a great specimen of manhood. Very dominant. And like looks down at his wiener, and Brad's embarrassed. And Janet is giggling. Janet, like you can tell, is like, this doctor is pretty funny and maybe like kind of cute. And then he says he's discovered the secret of life, and Rocky emerges. Rocky's like this is a mummy and then gets stripped down. Fucking and shredded, jacked, blonde, blue-eyed guy.
The tank is
LGBT colors.
Yeah, clear, transparent, but during the process of bringing him to life, changes to the LGBT colors.
The rainbow.
The rainbow.
Which my friend Peter says the rainbow can't be gay anymore. It has all the colors in it. We should reclaim the rainbow.
I mean,
I think it's fun.
It shouldn't be owned by any one group of people.
Sure.
It's pretty important.
Other than leprechauns, of course.
Yeah, Roy G. Biv is, it's the whole goddamn spectrum.
He did invent the rainbow also. All due credit to Mr. Biv.
Oh, Biv? Roy?
Yeah, he's a real guy.
Roy did.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain this to me? Rocky's first song, where he's like, I'm at the start of a pretty big downer. What is he talking about?
I don't know. That song always kind of sucked to me.
He's talking about the sword of Damocles hanging over him.
That's the opening line. The sword of Damocles.
I guess because like he was born into this like situation where he's like kind of trapped.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always took away from it.
Are we supposed to think of him as tortured from the moment he's born?
Maybe he gets some pussy.
Well, he's like, woe is me, my life is misery, or whatever. Yeah. Like for the moment
he says
he's
a bunch
born.
of sad stuff.
Yeah.
He also really loves Doctor. In the end,
does.
We see that the Doctor's death is.
He's kind of like a baby.
And you know what the sword of Damocles is?
Some candy over there.
I'm having a little nicotine pouch. You know about the sword of Damocles, of course, James.
How has nicotine become such a fucking,
Would you care for a drink
I
also?
would love. Do you want one?
I'm okay.
There's sparkling water and there's Publix.
I'll have a Publix, dude.
Okay.
No, the sword of Damocles. I'm not.
It's a story where this guy is really lustful for power. And so he goes to have dinner with Dionysus, who's like the emperor of his area. And during the dinner, Dionysus has this sword above him that's only suspended by like a thread of horsehair. The idea is that if you're in power, you're constantly at risk of like horrible violence happening to you. So I think it's kind of about this idea that like Rocky is subject to all these expectations.
Oh, yeah.
And that he's
heavy, huh?
at the mercy of this guy, and he's been brought here, and he's got to fulfill this task, and he's expected to live up to these expectations.
Muscular and sexy.
I love the scene of the doctor is just kind of like frantically chasing him around.
Yeah.
And he says one of my favorite lines in the movie is, "Oh, I just love success." Me too.
Yeah.
Janet says she doesn't like a man with too many muscles, and Brad's like, "Thanks, Janet."
That's a funny sign, dude. There's a scene. I like that.
The doctor gives him a bunch of weights as a present, sings this song, "In just 7 days I can make you a man." And then, boom, the deep freezer opens. Who's in there? It's motherfucking Eddie. It's Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Guy with a big gash in his head, comes out on a motorcycle, sings maybe
Rockin'.
my favorite song in the movie.
Rocking and rolling. Really?
Hot Patootie, bless my soul. I really love that rock and roll.
It is a very Meatloaf song.
Yeah. It's about 6 minutes too short, but yeah. He blasts the saxophone. He's kind of a greaser. He has love and hate knuckle tattoos.
Yeah, buddy.
You know what that's a reference to?
No.
Night of the Hunter.
Sideshow Bob?
Robert Mitchum in Night of the Hunter has those tattoos.
Oh.
You should watch that movie sometime. It's a great.
Thought that was like a Cape Fear reference.
I don't think so. If it is in Cape Fear, it's a reference to Night of the Hunter, which came out in like 1953.
Because you know the Sideshow Bob stuff in The Simpsons is Cape Fear satire.
Sure.
But Sideshow Bob, you know, the Simpsons only have 4 fingers in that universe. So it's LUV and then HAT with the little.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Pretty Simpsons funny. It's funny that I fucking remember that. God, I haven't seen that in a while. We should watch The Simpsons.
Dr. Furter kills Eddie with a pickaxe and says that he was a failed
We should
experiment.
have Sideshow Bob on.
Not a real guy.
You should, Kelsey Grammer. Fucking duh. Sorry. Repeat what you said?
Dr. Furter kills Eddie.
Yes, brutally with a fucking pickaxe. It's bloody. It's surprising.
Yeah. And then what does he say?
He was a failed experiment.
One from the vaults.
Yeah.
One.
We were-
He doesn't say failed experiment. He says one from the vault. My theory at this point was that this is another guy that he's
created.
Frankenstein, which I guess he did, but Eddie died first.
We rewound it
Columbia
and
was in love
put
with him.
the subtitles on to understand because we were confused.
And yeah, Columbia appears to be in love with Eddie.
Was.
And at this point, they kind of reprise the Muscle Man song, and Janet goes, "I'm a muscle fan," admitting that she's horned up by this guy.
I mean, he's shredded.
He's fully jacked. He has a 6-pack.
8, I believe.
6, I counted. And then this was the scene where the movie really got going for me, was the Meatloaf thing. And then what follows that
is wonderful. Great scene.
Them getting each individually seduced. Janet and Brad go to these separate bedrooms, and each of them...
There's sort of these mosquito tent shots, so all you're seeing is shadows.
Yeah,
right?
silhouette.
And Frankfurter comes in and seduces...
First Janet,
which is sort of like...
Not cool.
Well, no, not cool, but like, okay, yeah, ha, 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 blah, blah, blah. And then same exact scene... All the same phrases.
Some of them.
Yeah,
the beginning of it is the same. But for example, Janet goes, "I was saving myself." And he goes, "I'm sure you're not spent yet." And she lets the doctor fuck.
Yes. And then he goes and does the same thing to Brad. In
between that, Riff Raff spills hot wax on Rocky and Rocky escapes. But then, the scene is repeated with Brad. One of my favorite gags.
Do we think Riff Raff is peanut butter and jealous or what?
I think we find out at the end.
Oh, because they're from another planet?
Because they're sick of Dr. Furter's shit.
Oh, yeah,
and I kind of felt like he wanted to have like some alone time with Magenta. So he was trying to get rid of him.
What? Look at family photo albums or something?
Yeah. Do their high five and.
Sensual high five.
Yes.
But yeah, the doctor gives Brad head, and Brad's like, "You promise you won't tell?" And the doctor goes, "Yes, I swear it's on my mother's girl."
Yeah, Brad does not put up quite as much of a fight as Janet.
No, he seems down from the opener of the scene.
Brad is sus. Brad's on the DL.
Yeah.
I mean, Frankenfurter's pretty special. I don't know if I would be able to resist.
You shave the legs and I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, I had a friend that did 13 years in prison. And he used to say, "Head's head, doesn't matter what shoulders it's on." That was his credo.
It's very wise.
Yeah.
Him sleeping with both of them reminded me of a true crime documentary I saw called Abducted in Plain Sight. Have you ever seen this?
Mm-mm.
It is about a Mormon family, and this other Mormon guy comes into the picture. He I think has his own family too, but he basically is like, "I'm you guys' best friend now," and he's really charismatic, and they all love him. And he first sleeps with the mom, then abducts the daughter, and then brings the daughter back.
Sleeps with the daughter?
Yeah, he molests the daughter.
Yeah.
And then it's revealed that he also got the dad to jack him off.
Oh.
Nice.
And this is the scene of this like old Mormon man being like, he exposed it and he said, "I'm having a really tough time. You think you could help me out?" And I helped him out. And you're like,
really?
This guy fucked everybody in this family. This is crazy. But yeah,
it's so funny to me to think of it. This guy was such a master manipulator that he went to it from like a utility perspective to this old Mormon guy.
He wanted them all to have secrets, basically. He was like, the wife is having an affair with me, so she's not going to tell anybody. The dad's
But the way you're going to get a Mormon to stroke you is to be like, "Man, I can't get this lawnmower started, man. Can you just help me out?" You know, like it's a utility.
I'm doing a favor for a friend in need.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a crazy documentary. I would recommend it. There's so many other details. Like
What's it on?
Netflix.
Okay.
He convinces the daughter that there's an alien holding her captive. She's like 15, and he's got her in like a trailer. And he's talking to her through this alien voice, being like, "You have to have sex with me." It's really fucking nuts. It's sad, but it's also just Mormons are really gullible.
The last 2 episodes, you have brought up some really fucked up ass movies.
What was the last one?
The Patrick, what's his name? Jason Patrick scene from Your Friends and Neighbors. Yeah, dude, that was a crazy scene. I haven't found that yet or looked it up. But
watch that movie. The whole thing's great. It's just dark, but Janet sees Brad on camera smoking a cig post coitus with the doc. I will tell you, I'm not smoking cigs right now for the most part. The one time that I miss one.
Yeah.
After a roll in the hay.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Big time, dude. Yeah, I kind of was feeling the cig love. I sent you that picture today.
Yeah.
Yes, the 305 sitting on the trash can out front of the hotel, like by the back door of the hotel.
It's a guaranteed case of herpes, man.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, if I'm going down, it ain't for no trash can 305s, dude.
Yeah.
But still, just the idea, like, you know, I used to live in hotels for years when I worked on the road, and I would keep a pack by the door, not outside, but I would go stand in those spots right outside the hotel.
Yeah.
And smoke cigarettes. It was one of those moments. And I was having a stressful moment. So, well, we're going to sidebar here because I had a very interesting thing happen today that I think you will find humorous. So I am working in the 3rd floor of a tower hotel. I guess it's like 8 stories over by the university. And they have a leak behind the tub that's showing on the 2nd floor. Okay. And I had to cut the wall in like 3 different places and get into this weird cavity and repair the leak. And it was in the drain line for the tub. But the reason that a drain line leak shows itself is only when there is a stoppage or a backup, when the line is clogged and it causes the sewer line to become full of water, or what we call charged. Okay. And so because otherwise your drain pipes, the water just passes through them. They can be severely damaged and you'll never know until they're clogged up.
Okay.
So I make this repair and I charge the line back up, and it's coming. There's a toilet in this little bathroom. There's a toilet, there's a floor drain, and there's a bathtub right next to it. And the water's just, when I run the shower or flush the toilet, it comes out of the floor drain, right? Those three things are all attached. The clog is somewhere past that line. All right. So I remove the grate from the floor drain and I run a cable down it. And because of the way that it's piped in, the fittings that are used, the cable actually takes a wrong turn in the line and starts coming up the toilet. And I can hear it pinging around in there. Now, this is a steel cable that's 7/8 in diameter. Will destroy a porcelain toilet if you're not careful. Okay. So I heard the clink. I'm like, oh, shit. I pull it out. I'm like, oh, man, I guess I have to pull the toilet in order to clear the stoppage. So I go to unhook the supply line to the toilet, and the integral stop at the toilet is malfunctioned, so water starts shooting everywhere. Okay. And out of
toilet
panic,
water.
It's toilet supply water.
Gross.
So no, it's the same water that comes out of your faucet.
Pee-pee in it.
No, it's the same water that comes out of your faucet. I'm talking about what's coming out of the wall.
Toilet pee-pee.
It's firing everywhere, all over the place. And out of panic for some reason, I'm like thinking it's the tank water. So I flush the toilet like a fucking retard, knowing that the lines are stopped up. So I flush the toilet. I have water spraying out of a hose and now dirty shit water coming out of the floor drain and just spilling all over this tile floor. I have this vacuum cleaner with me. It's a wet vac that I always have. So I start vacuuming and it fills up. It was already full, like immediately. 2 seconds, it fills up. I'm like, holy shit. I get the thing back on. Right? I have to run down 3 floors to dump the vacuum cleaner because all my drains are clogged. There's nowhere for me to dump the vacuum cleaner. Okay. So I dump the vacuum cleaner, run back upstairs, start vacuuming. The fucking battery in the thing dies. And there's just water, shit water everywhere. It was a very horrible fucking 5 minutes. I got through it though. I ended up cabling the drain underneath the sink after I tried like 4 different things, and I cleared the stoppage. But that's how plumbing goes. And if you can imagine, if you can imagine, people think you're a plumber. Oh, yeah, you know, whatever. You're
so glamorous.
No, it is so fucking stressful. Bro, there are people in that hotel room below me. There is like dozens of people's plumbing that is at risk when I'm doing this. And it could result in, poo water all over the place. It's quite stressful. But I had an interesting moment today where while all of this was going on, I did not panic.
Good.
Yeah. I would have in the past. Today was kind of a breakthrough. I was just like, all right, I'm just going to handle business.
You heard my voice in your head saying, chill the fuck out.
I heard the echo from the future.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah, this is why we reach out in times of need.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for letting me share about that. I was...
You need a therapist.
Huh?
You need to get a therapist just to talk to about your plumbing stuff.
That's what this is for.
Plumbing therapist.
What the fuck do you mean? I don't need a fucking therapist. I got a podcast.
James's plumbing moment, everybody.
Yeah, the Jimmie Spice
You should
doo-doo
have like
show.
a little thing pop up on the screen. James's plumbing moment.
Fast forward 5 minutes if you don't want to hear this.
Fuck off. I know Chase will like this story.
It's true. Our only confirmed listener, so.
No. There's some more.
I know.
My mom.
Yeah, Monica. Most of the guests and some other people that want to be
and
guests.
whoever my mom sends it to.
Yeah, and there's some strangers out there listening. Thanks for fucking listening.
I mean, my level of plumbing knowledge is that I legitimately thought until just now that like the toilet water was different water than came out of the sink. So it's hard to follow these stories.
Yeah, no, it is. You forget that people don't think about plumbing as much as you do when you're a plumber. But yeah, most people don't even know. Fuck, man, before I was a plumber, I didn't think about it, But now I do, it's all very logical.
Yeah.
Very straightforward. It's just the application is different in literally every situation. So like theory is bullshit in plumbing. It's all application. That can make any sense. You could the only guarantee is that things aren't going to go the way you think they are.
And now back to the movie.
Yes.
Janet,
now back to Theresa. Let's have Theresa talk about it. What happens next?
I don't remember what we were talking about.
Where are we at? What part are we at?
Janet sees Brad on camera smoking a cig post-coitus with the doc, and so she's in vengeful mood, and she comes across Rocky.
Oh, yeah. She finds Rocky, and then Columbia and Magenta are watching on the screen, cheering her on.
Yeah, what's with the screen? Is there like a camera?
Yeah.
They're voyeurs.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
okay.
watching. I think. Are they even like eating popcorn or something?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Do they hook up?
Maybe.
They kind of act out what's going on with
They're definitely
Rocky and
enjoying
Janet.
it. But it's kind of cute.
What? Who?
Magenta and Columbia.
What about
like
Janet
girls.
and Rocky?
Oh, yeah. Then
Do
they.
you think sex happens?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes?
definitely.
very much so.
So, but Janet has now banged both Frankenfurter and Rocky?
In the span of probably
Yeah.
an hour,
And I think she was like,
a virgin
she was
beforehand.
a virgin before, and then that's her like whole song is like about she,
Wants to be dirty.
yeah,
Oh.
she likes it. She's a new woman.
Basically, she's been turned out. She's on that freak shit, and she's for the streets.
For them sheets.
But who can blame her? Rocky is ideal himbo. Brainless, hot, but nice.
Yeah?
Dr. Everett Scott shows up for some reason.
He's looking for the aliens. Doll.
No, he's looking for his nephew,
Eddie.
Meatloaf. Yeah, or Eddie. Yeah.
One of my favorite bits is Dr. Frankfurter goes, "He must be in the Zen room," and it cuts, and he's just in this room with like a bunch of
Yeah.
Chinese shit.
Like incense burning.
Who is this character throughout the film that they're cutting to? This sort of well-dressed man?
A criminologist.
Criminologist.
Yeah, because he's going through police files about this shit. But he seems to have some omniscient viewpoint on the whole thing.
Maybe retrospective. Right? Isn't that what we're thinking? That his
He's kind of a
stuff is from the
narrator of
future?
sorts, yeah.
Well, Jackson's not here. I figure
true.
somebody's got to do it.
Dr. Furter pulls Dr. Scott up with an electromagnet. Janet and Rocky are discovered, and there's this thing that has happened in a lot of movies since then, and I wonder if this movie created it, where the gag is them going, Janet, Rocky, Frank, and they're cutting back and forth between all their faces. I've seen that in other movies. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sort of. What,
Yeah, but-
what other movies?
They keep saying
I
like
can't
each
think of an
other's
example, but-
names.
Janet, Frank,
Like
Rocky, and
surprised.
it's close-ups of them turning and looking like that.
Do you think that this was the first one?
That's my question.
Maybe.
Maybe so, but it is very funny.
It was on for a while.
They all sit down for dinner in various states of undress. They sing Happy Birthday to Rocky, and then Dr. Frank cuts everybody a single slice of meat with this electric carving knife. Dr. Scott wants to discuss Eddie. Columbia goes, Eddie! And Dr. Frank goes at her with the carving knife. And then Dr. Scott sings a song about Eddie. He liked porn, motorcycles, and shooting dope.
Ooh, who doesn't?
Basically,
like all that shit.
you, yeah.
I'm not a big
And then
motorcycle
he's
guy.
like,
You
that's
act like one, though.
a tender subject.
Yeah,
And then she kind of gets with her little Mickey Mouse ears.
yeah,
you think
Turns out.
you think I act like a motorcycle guy?
yeah.
Let's fucking get into this. How?
You have tattoos and you know, act like a cool greaser guy.
Do I?
Yeah, you're like a motorcycle, but you're too cowardly to actually motorcycle.
Absolutely.
I was at an AA
Absolutely.
meeting and there. Oh, oops, bleep that.
Book
I was
club.
at a meeting of a book club, and there's a guy there that was like, "Yeah, wrecked a couple weeks ago. Had my boy with me," and he points to this 12-year-old behind him that's in a cast, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, motorcycling is dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
bro.
especially with your child. But
I
That's
respect the engineering of a motorcycle. I do think
cool.
they're really cool, but I don't have. Yeah, no, I'm way too cowardly.
it's too dangerous. I agree with you.
But
Frank,
I do other things that are dangerous, and I don't find them. I don't know.
sure, exposing yourself to poo water.
Yeah, diving, swimming around in uncontained waters and trying to shoot fish with a spear.
But there's not as high of like a fatality rate
Yeah.
from that.
Absolutely not. Dude, I was mentoring this young man once who was a ICU nurse at Tampa General.
Male nurse.
And he said close to 70% of the motherfucking people that came into that ICU. He was like, it was this crazy
Motorcycles.
number. Motorcycles.
Yeah, that's wild.
And he's talking about...
And trampolines.
And it is primarily young fucking guys, bro, with like futures, kids. You know what I mean? 22 to 26-year-old guys just maimed. Just like, and then a lot of times, you know, because of the miracles of, you know, modern ambulance shit, they're not dead. You know, they keep these fucking vegetables alive, you know, and these guys. And then he would talk to me about how the ethics, you know, that how big of a role that he never foresaw this being a thing was, you know, keeping people alive in that scenario becomes, you know.
Pull the plug on me, dude.
For real. But you want that, and you can see. So this is what he would say. You would see these young men, and you could sense that they were just like, please just let me check the fuck out. But the family couldn't take it. Yeah. And the family was in charge. And because the guy was so young, he never had any of this kind of, you know, traumatic paperwork done.
Doesn't have a living will, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the parents, you know, just like when you hear about parents whose kids, you know, die from obvious drug or negative things who try to like convince themselves it was from something unrelated to that. And
yeah.
It's hard for parents to like accept.
You know, there's a theory that there was like a teen suicide epidemic in the 1990s. A lot of teens were hanging themselves, and there's a theory that a lot of them were kids who were engaging in autoerotic asphyxiation, and their parents catch them doing that, and they're like, I would rather have this be a suicide than people know that my son died while choking and choking.
Yeah, did you ever see Father of the Year with Robin Williams?
That's what that movie's about.
Yeah. That movie's fucked
But that's
up.
also like a legitimate theory that's been advanced in sociology about that.
saw
Because there
that-
was a whole craze about it. It became like a thing in the 90s.
When I saw that movie, I was so fucking high, dude.
Nice.
That scene when he finds him dead, I was bawling. I was so sad.
It's not a sad movie, right?
I didn't
It's a comedy.
see. Yeah, but I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Haha.
The kid's such an asshole too.
Yeah, but it shocked me.
That's Bobcat Goldthwait.
I used to cry all
directed
the
that.
time when I used to smoke weed and watch movies. I would cry
When I was
constantly.
drinking, I would cry every.
Yeah.
The day before I went to rehab, I watched Inside Out, and I was like,
Dude, I watched Jim and Pam from The Office, their wedding in this house, drinking and smoking weed, and I was just like, just not guttural, like crying, sobbing, dude.
that sucks.
That's pretty gay. You didn't watch it, right? You know?
No.
The thing about the way The Office is that it was that format, and that format hadn't really existed. It kind of existed, but not.
Mockumentary.
Yeah, but in like the weekly style, right?
Mm-hmm.
There'd been mockumentary films, but there'd never been this mockumentary show where you just kind of those characters got into your life. And
Sure.
by the time Jim and Pam got married, they had been in my life for 5 years. There wasn't the DVDs. I wasn't watching the show. I was watching them live. Was watching them come out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it just was like this evolving thing. You know, it was. You know, I was emotionally attached to that show, and stand by it.
It was good.
The fact, oh my God, the
I
fact
just
that you'll
stopped
admit
after
that it was a
3
good
seasons.
show. Oh yeah, of course. Well, and you probably think the English one's better, right?
No.
No? Ooh, that's surprising.
I think Parks and Rec is better, though.
Oh yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec is great. I don't know if we're ever going to finish talking about the
Anyway,
movie.
Frank pulls the tablecloth off to reveal Eddie's body and then slaps Janet because she's attracted Rocky, and then sings this song, Wise Up, Janet Weiss. He's kind of sexually harassing her and pinching her and stuff.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff in this movie that's pretty...
That wouldn't fly these days. Yeah. I was thinking that.
But he reveals this
Really cute.
sonic transducer
Yes.
and turns them all into marble statues with this Medusa ray.
And when
basically.
he does, you're naked.
Yeah, you get naked.
Yeah, so Susan Sarandon's boobs. Yeah.
I think her bush.
And her bush. And her
Brad's cock.
penis, yeah. But the statue of Susan Sarandon's boobs, they're perfect looking. They look like fake boobs, but they're not. But they're not fake boobs. You know.
Did you ever feel up a mannequin at the store when your mom wasn't looking?
Yeah. Well, I mean, last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
When your
Just
child's
checking
mom
to
wasn't
make
looking.
sure. Yeah.
When I like the mannequins at like the,
I like the chubby,
Latin,
I like the
Latin
chubby
stores.
ones at Target.
Are the mannequins at Latin stores super hot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I would think
have
so.
like giant like butts and boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones at Target
like
are chubby now.
I
I bet you don't like that either.
I mean,
Take that shit back to Walmart. This is a Walmart house. But yeah, they all get turned into marble statues. Columbia storms down and reveals that she was with the doctor before he spurned her for Eddie and then Rocky. And she was in love with Eddie. It's very incestuous. They've all been smashing each other.
Yeah. They're all gross.
And then the Dr. Medusa's Rocky and Columbia. He puts everybody on stage. They do this cabaret number. All of them are singing about how they're horny for Frank. Then Frank sings about seeing Fay Ray on TV and wanting to be just like her. Don't dream it, be it. This song about kind of like achieving your dreams of being a transvestite, I guess. And they all end up in this pool caressing each other. Dr. Everett Scott has a bit where he's trying to resist this. Then he gets overwhelmed by decadence and sticks his leg up, and it's revealed that he's now in fishnets
Yeah.
and high heels.
his leg is just kicking.
Yeah, dude.
They all sing this song, I'm a Wild and Untamed Thing. And then Riff Raff and Magenta storm in alien outfits. Frank sings a song about going home. He envisions this audience. Frank is clearly like, wants to be this kind of performer type person. Riff and Magenta aren't feeling it. They blast him. They blast Rocky. They reveal they're from the planet Transsexual or Planet Transylvania, Galaxy Transsexual. Mm-hmm. Brief reprise of Time Warp, and then they beam the castle up into space. And then Brad and Janet and the doctor are all crawling around singing Dr. Scott. And we have a final scene of the criminologist guy comparing humans to insects. And then the ending song is like the beginning song, except it sums up what happened to everybody, and that's the end of the motherfucking movie.
Yeah. It's just all over the place, this movie, don't you think?
It is.
Yeah.
It's fun, though.
How old were you the first time you saw it?
It was kind of late. I was like already in high school. I think I was like a freshman because I went to like that art high school and they had like a theater department and
In Las Cruces?
this was in Palm Beach, West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I used to take the train over there.
Okay.
But yeah, they were like doing a production of it. And I was thinking about trying out for Magenta, but I was too shy.
You have magenta vibes. Or maybe that's just because I've seen you in magenta.
I had like magenta hair.
Yeah.
So
Who are we going to do this year?
I don't know. I usually do her. I always wanted to do Columbia.
Columbia?
Yeah.
I have to cut your hair.
No, just wear a wig.
Do a wig.
But that's gonna be
Wig
like
cap.
that costume. Probably have to like make it.
I'm sure we could find it. But it'd be more fun to make it.
Yeah.
I would do...
Lots of rhinestones.
So you were in freshman in high school, and you saw the movie first?
Well, this guy that was like in the theater department that I was like friends with told me about it, and he's like, you should try out for Magenta. And I was like, yeah, but I had never seen it. So I like went home and watched it and was just like, oh my gosh, like this is awesome.
And you loved it?
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, Dr. Frankenfurter is hot.
Oh, yeah? You were about Frankenfurter, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how many times have you been to see it live?
Just like a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where?
In New Mexico, here, maybe a couple times in New Mexico. Yeah. The first time I went with Tess, we were very young. I guess maybe 17.
Oh, nice.
But I don't really remember it that good because I smoked too much weed beforehand.
Goddamn weed will do it.
I feel like that's probably a part of a lot of these things. People getting
Getting lit.
baked. And
Yeah, they're smoking anything and drinking and doing the cocaines and the amyl nitrates for each other's buttholes and stuff.
Talking about poppers?
Yeah.
Poppers are not amyl nitrate.
Anal nitrates.
Are they?
Huh? I think poppers are amyl nitrate, dude.
You're correct.
Booyah. At least somebody in my life's willing to admit it.
Alkyl nitrate.
All right, so
They're great. You ever dance off a popper?
I've never, no. I don't know.
You've never tried it?
No.
Well, you shouldn't, but it is very fun.
Never did.
It makes your whole body feel loose, and you're like,
oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Oh,
You just pass them around the dance floor. This is New Orleans, so you're in like a crowded like bar that's, you know, the size of this house, and everybody's sweating and they're playing incredible music, and you're like passing around poppers, and it's just like,
and you just
very fun.
Crack it and snout it.
It's a, you know, little vial with a lid on it. It's tape head cleaner is what they sell at us, and you go like that, and you go. And then if you're like me, you go on the other side too and even it up, and then you go. You feel very wavy for about a minute.
1 minute?
Yeah.
No, I never. There's a few drugs I never got around to trying. Well, not a few. That, and I never did, which surprisingly enough, I never smoked spice.
Oh, I was horribly addicted to it, and
really?
I hated it too. Yeah.
I never even tried it.
At one point, I was really trying to stop doing it, and so I came up with a plan where I was going to smoke it, and then I was going to write down, or I was going to record on my phone like a recording of me talking about how much I hated it. So then next time I wanted to do it, I would listen to that, and I would do it like 6 times a day. So I smoke it, and then I recorded the thing, and then I went to listen to it later, and it's just me going like, this fucking, it's just not good. Like it made no sense. It's a horrible, horrible drug.
Yeah.
So
that was like one of the few things like I could get during like a period of when I was younger, because I could just go to the gas station and buy it.
I was on probation, so that's why I was smoking, because I didn't want to test positive for real weed.
See, I did Duster.
Duster is horrible, man.
Yeah, and they put the bittering agent in it too, so it tastes horrible. Your mouth would taste like that. But the thing about Duster is, I guess Spice technically they say does this too, but Duster just would put me out. It would put me in a whole nother universe. It would take a couple, like the whole can, but I'd do the whole can in 20 minutes. You know, I just keep going and going and going, and I'd be like. They said one time I was sitting around a table of people and I was just hitting Duster and I keeled over forward and hit the floor and let out this like 6-second fart, dude. Like this huge fucking, my boy Paul, who I still talk to from time to time.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was just like, bro, I'd never heard anything like it. And they were all, I come to and everyone's like dying laughing and I'm like, what are you saying?
I've fished out on nitrous before, like kind of lost consciousness. And what's crazy is you've done nitrous.
Oh, yeah.
For me, when I'm doing it, it's always like I'm getting really close to some huge realization. Like I'm going to discover the nature of reality if I just get a little bit higher. Yeah. And it always wears off right before I'm about to get there. So when I'm fishing out, that's like I'm at the moment. Yeah. And it'll always be somebody's like, shaking me and being like, you fell over. And I'm like, bro, I was fucking so close. And you interrupted me. But yeah, poppers and nitrous combined, your brain goes completely blank.
Yeah, sounds right. I mean, I think,
these are bad things.
I think that the whole psychedelic thing is like a really long conversation and stuff. And people, say they have these moments of clarity. I believe that all that's achievable completely free of
I would agree.
And I may have had a few moments like that in my life where I thought that I was like getting to something, and maybe I was opening a different part of my brain or my reality. But I think with like meditation and prayer and action too, like repetitive, like tantric motion. So like canoeing, on a beautiful sunrise could probably open up a certain part of your psyche.
And they say like psychedelics aren't addictive, but there's definitely a period that I was very addicted to psychedelics.
Yeah.
Sure. Just like doing them every day.
Yeah, I mean,
even like at school.
And you can fry your fucking brain doing that. Like I know people that did acid every day for a month and then were just never the same.
I would always be writing myself messages during that period. I was like thinking about that, like writing to like when I like, okay, you got to come back here like soon.
Did they make sense?
Not really. Yeah, I like put them like, I remember one time I found one in a sock and I like was like, this is like my time capsule. Like I'm from the future, like writing to you. You have to like come back here like as soon as you can.
Yeah. I would always have what I thought was a very deep, profound realization, and I would look at it later and it'd just be like, the moon is a star.
Yeah.
I'd be so sad
No,
to
it's
come
not.
back. I'd be like crying when it was wearing off.
That's why you want to do it again, you know?
Yeah.
But I also I think that there's some psychedelics where you can invite other dimensional entities into your mind and your soul that can corrupt you and fuck with you. Like you can meet demons
Yeah, probably.
on DMT, for example.
I think, I don't know. I got to a point, I always pushed everything as far as I possibly could. Like I was at a music festival one time in the Suwannee, and I bought like a 10 strip of acid from this guy, and I took like 2 of them. I did the rookie move, even though I was like 30 years old at this point, knew very well not to do this. And I took like 2 or 3 of them, and 30 minutes later was like, this isn't working, and took the whole thing. And
Idiot.
went completely off the rails. And I had rented this golf cart at the thing.
Oh, no.
And had wrapped it in LED lights, and I was like driving around or whatever. And I would push myself to that limit frequently. I'd take a handful of mescaline pellets. I'd eat half an ounce of mushrooms. And so I would require alcohol in order to not go fucking insane.
Yeah.
So that's for me, like when we talk about, psychedelics aren't bad for you. It was like, maybe not for you, but I will go, I'm literally going to the moon with that shit. So, yeah, and it requires alcohol.
Yeah. Well, my last couple years, I was secretly drinking, and so I'd take mushrooms with people and I'd be having a great time. And then I would remember that I had this dark secret from everybody. And my only way to cope with it would be to drink to try to put the thought out of my mind.
Yeah.
And so I would go home and just be alone, like crying and talking to my cat. I'd be like, I have to leave. And everybody's like, what are you doing, dude? It's only 3 a.m. And I'm like, I have to go see Devo. And yeah.
Oh,
Dark
R.I.P.
shit. Yeah, we had a jazz funeral for
I
him.
know you told us
Des Moines
about
was
it,
cool.
dude. That's
My
really
dad
cool.
took some weird pictures.
He did his cat died recently in Des Moines, and he visited home, and they did
In Bentonsport, Iowa. It's 2 hours from Des Moines.
okay, same thing. And yes,
Very rural. Des Moines is a city. This is the middle of nowhere.
they like an old New Orleans style funeral for his cat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And I swear I saw her in the
So-
clouds looking down on me like Mufasa.
We are getting to a long.
Yeah.
So,
Hour 40, yeah.
like Mufasa. You were gonna pick Into the Wild too. There was another movie that was important to you.
Uh-huh.
What's something like, you picked Rocky Horror. I think it was a good choice. I think it was a fun choice. But why would you want to talk about Into the Wild?
I just could relate to him a lot, during a period of my life.
Alexander
And-
Supertramp.
Yeah, and he made a lot of sense to me. And now I feel differently now. And I kind of see that whole thing differently, but I kind of had my own Into the Wild experience that I did. It wasn't as extended as his, but
Well, tell us about it.
it was more just me living in my car and camping out around Colorado.
Yeah, but didn't you start in New Mexico rather,
Yeah.
and go?
And then I spent most of the time in Colorado, actually in this place called Nederland. And
What kind of car?
Buick Park Avenue. Yeah.
What year?
I can't remember.
90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was the whole back seat was full of stuff, and I just had this moment where because I was going to community college and living in an apartment, and I just had this moment where I was I'm gonna break my lease and drop out of school and live out of my car and all this stuff.
And you did it.
Yeah.
You just left everything.
Yep.
Did you have pup? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! So you had a Boston,
yeah,
a boyfriend, and a Park Avenue.
Yep.
How long were you on the road?
3 months.
Ooh-wee. Yeah. That's a cool fucking story, dude. Yeah. Lots of psychedelics.
Yeah, a lot of beer.
A lot of warm beer.
Yeah, a lot of. I remember like we'd get like PBR, and when you open a lot of PBRs in like an enclosed place, like a car, you like it lets out this gas, and it smells like makes the whole car smell like farts.
Yeah, PBR smells like fucking shit.
It's like there was like this like constant like egg smell.
Yeah,
like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like thick.
I've seen pictures of you with dreadlocks. Is this time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very cute.
Yeah.
And then
there's some good times.
New Mexico to Colorado, and then where? And
then I actually came here. I came to Tampa. Well, I mean, we like stopped along the way, but then I came to Tampa and I like lived. That's when I lived with like my mom and Evelyn. We lived there for like 6 months or something, and then we went to Brooklyn and lived there for a couple of years.
Yeah, tattooing in Bed-Stuy. Mm-hmm. I know a lot about you.
Well, I lived in Bed-Stuy, tattooed in Bushwick.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Man.
But, yeah.
And then you came home.
Well, then I came to Tampa, yeah. Well, my mom came and got me and drove me to Tampa.
And then we met.
Yep. And the rest is history.
Yeah. That's a good history.
You got me pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of.
True.
I mean, you had something to do with it, right?
Yeah.
Dude, and from that, this girl that we are so lucky to have in our lives, we have been at her school recently, and the last week we've been there, we have ran into 3 different parents of young boys that go, oh, is that Riley? We've been hearing about Riley.
Okay.
So-and-so, I'm not going to say other people's children's names. Probably shouldn't be saying my child's name. Not that, I'm very famous or anything like that, but that won't stop talking about her.
She's cool.
She is cool. Mm-hmm. It is all boys, too. So I think she might be beautiful. Well, I had my suspicions.
Sure. There's also like I think girls hate each other a lot of the time, especially like in elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, I
don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I was friends with lots of girls in elementary school, but also because I was bad at sports.
It's just funny. The reaction's been the exact same. She was telling me about it, and then it happened again today. It was like, oh, is that Riley? I've heard so much about Riley. It's really funny.
I often think like the origins of me becoming like a mental health worker and a therapist. I think about when I was like a little boy and girls would tell me about other girls that they hated. And I'd be like, that's so interesting. Like, go on.
Girls can be very mean. Catty.
You're just trying. That's so funny. That's really funny.
Because it was interesting. I was just like,
how much of your personality?
That's crazy. She took your crayons. I'm like, fucking cunt. What?
Oh, man. Do we have anything else that we want to talk about tonight, guys?
My best male friend turned out to be gay also. He would treat me in a weird way that...
Wait.
We would fight. We would be like fighting, playing Star Wars, and then he would be like... he would start crying and go to his dad, and his dad would yell at me, which like... I don't know. I don't think you should yell at... You should just take your kid's word for it and be like, oh, this other kid is really bad type of thing. But
I think there's 2 different types of people. Some people take their kid's side or automatically think their kid is
yeah.
And then there's the few people that, and I've the inkling that it might be the sober people that are trying to work on, the way that they react to things, that maybe consider both sides.
Yeah, have some nuance about it.
Yeah. Quite often you see people that are just not have ever been given the opportunity or taken the initiative to work on themselves spiritually, psychologically, however, who are dealing with having children. And it just shows in the way that they handle the process because it's taxing, dealing with a child. The 2-year-olds are one thing. They're just destroying everything. But then you get this person who's very emotional and very smart and very like, it's frustrating, dude.
5 has been difficult.
It is insane to try to navigate that, bro. You know, and it's like, there's all these like,
Probably the coolest thing you'll ever do though.
It's definitely the coolest thing I ever do. It's definitely, you know, all those great things, you know, but it's also like, it's impossible to do.
Sure.
Right. Or perfect. You know, and it's like important to understand that.
Like the poem.
Like the poem.
I have more understanding from my parents now.
Sure.
Oh gosh, right.
I hit a point where I started to be like, oh, they were just people.
Yeah.
Like my dad would just be like a guy that I knew. I'd be like, that guy's kind of a dork.
One of the coolest things about it though is everything that you do in your life, like anytime you're doing a task or you're out like podcasting or you're at work, you know that when you go home they're gonna be there. And it's like so fucking cool.
Unless they get kidnapped or something.
Yeah, thanks. But it's just like this, like going home to the winning the lottery. You always are like, it's like getting paid every day.
Yeah, I get to go home to 10 men.
Yeah, well, you know, you'll have your time in the sun, sir.
Maybe.
Butthead, thank you so much for coming and doing this finally.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we do Into the Wild soon?
If you want.
I've loved all of our guests, but I really like looking over and looking at you. It's nice.
Thank you, I guess.
Should I make the end of this podcast awkward for you, everyone, or?
You've already succeeded in that. So. What do you want to call this one?
I don't know. What do you think? Butthead horror picture show?
Doesn't rhyme.
Oh gosh, it's got a rhyme.
I feel like there could be like some good ones. I just didn't think on it.
We're gonna figure out what the title is, and with this, we'll see you next week.
Peace be upon you.
I'm loose.